A week full of surprises. Hello, my name is Emily Watson, and I'm 28 years old. I live in Manchester, England, and I work as a freelance graphic designer. Most days, my life is pretty simple. I wake up, make coffee, check emails, work on designs, and maybe go for a walk in the evening. But last month, something happened that changed my routine completely. It was a week full of accidents, unexpected problems, and moments that tested my patience, creativity, and sense of humor. I want to share this story with you because even though it was stressful, I learned a lot from it. 1. Monday, the car breakdown. The week started badly. On Monday morning, I had a meeting with a client in another city, about 40 minutes away. I got up early, got dressed, and drove my old car, a small silver Peugeot that I've had for almost 10 years. About halfway there, I noticed a strange noise coming from the engine. Suddenly, the car started to slow down. I pulled over, and it stopped completely. I tried turning it on again, nothing. I was stuck. Luckily, I had my phone and called for roadside assistance. They said it would take at least 45 minutes to arrive. I called my client and explained the situation. He was understanding, and we agreed to have the meeting on Zoom the next day. When the mechanic arrived, he said the engine belt was broken and the car needed to be towed. It was frustrating, but I was safe, and that's the most important thing. 2. Tuesday, the lost file. On Tuesday, I had the rescheduled meeting online. Everything was going fine until I tried to open the presentation I had prepared. To my surprise, the file was corrupted. I couldn't open it at all. I had spent 2 days working on that design. I checked my USB drive, my laptop, even my email backups, but the latest version was gone. I had forgotten to save it to the cloud. The client was very patient and told me we could meet again later in the week. I thanked him and immediately started recreating the presentation from scratch. It was a hard lesson. Always save your work in multiple places. 3. Wednesday, a kitchen accident. On Wednesday evening, after a long day of work, I decided to make my favorite dinner, pasta with homemade tomato sauce. I was chopping onions when I accidentally cut my finger with the knife. It wasn't very deep, but it was bleeding a lot. I cleaned the cut, put pressure on it, and covered it with a bandage. After sitting down for a few minutes, I started to feel better. Still, I had to be careful using my hand for the rest of the week. That small accident reminded me how easily things can happen at home, even during normal activities. Now I'm much more careful in the kitchen. 4. Thursday, a missed appointment. On Thursday, I had a dentist appointment at 11 a.m. I set my alarm for 9 o'clock, thinking I had plenty of time. But when I woke up, the sun was already high in the sky. I checked my phone. It was 11:30. I had forgotten to charge my phone, and the battery had died during the night. Without an alarm, I overslept. I felt terrible and called the dentist's office to apologize. They charged me a small fee for missing the appointment and gave me a new date for the next month. It wasn't the end of the world, but I was disappointed in myself. Now I always keep a backup alarm on my old clock, just in case. 5. Friday, a strange email. On Friday, I received a strange email from a company I didn't recognize. It said there was a problem with my bank account and asked me to click a link and confirm my details. Something didn't feel right. I checked the email address. It didn't look official. I didn't click the link. Instead, I called my bank directly. They confirmed it was a phishing scam and told me to delete the message. If I had clicked the link, I might have shared my personal information with criminals. That experience reminded me how important it is to be careful online. Not all accidents are physical, some are digital. 6. Saturday, the rain and the laptop. By Saturday, I just wanted a calm day. I took my laptop to a small cafe to work on some illustrations. The weather was nice, so I sat outside. After about 40 minutes, the sky turned gray. Suddenly, it started to rain, heavily. People ran inside, including me. But in my rush, I forgot that my laptop was still on the table. By the time I remembered and ran back, it was already wet. I dried it as quickly as I could, but later that night, the screen started blinking. The next day, it wouldn't turn on. I had to take it to a repair shop. Fortunately, they were able to fix it, but it cost me a lot. Now, I never take my electronics outside without a cover or a bag. 7. Sunday, a different kind of day. On Sunday, I decided to take a break. No work, no emails, no plans. I went for a walk in the park, listened to music, and bought ice cream. I also wrote in my journal about the crazy week I had. That day, nothing bad happened. No accidents, no mistakes, no surprises. Just a quiet, peaceful Sunday. And I realized something important. Life is full of unexpected events, and we can't control everything. But we can control how we react, how we learn from our experiences, and how we prepare for the future. 8. What I learned that week. Here are some things I learned from that week full of surprises. Always keep your car in good condition. Save your work in multiple places, USB, cloud, email. Be careful in the kitchen and everywhere else. Set more than one alarm if you have an important appointment. Never click on suspicious emails. Protect your electronics from the weather. Take breaks and give yourself time to rest and reflect. Accidents and unexpected events are part of life. We can't avoid all of them, but we can be prepared, stay calm, and find solutions when things go wrong. 9. Questions for you. Have you ever had a week full of accidents like this? How do you usually react when something goes wrong? What's the most important lesson you've learned from a mistake? How do you stay organized and prepared in your daily life? Thanks for reading my story. I hope it helps you remember that even bad weeks can teach us good lessons.